What's going on, man? It's your boy Koopa G bringing you guys another video today, man. We got the FGC talk going on, podcast episode 2 coming through right now, man. I wanted to do this episode, a special shout out to my TLs out here, man. So we got my boy Ricky, man, and my boy Rashard, HXC, Game Over Entertainment in the building. Oklahoma's very own. What's going on with you boys, man? Y'all doing all right today?
What's happening?
I'm grinding, baby. I'm happy.
Okay, good deal, So we're just coming off Thanksgiving, man. Everybody had a good time, so we're just kind of starting this podcast, man. If you guys don't know and you're just tuning into your first one, just a little bit of background. Just gonna kind of give an overview, man, and kind of let these guys just, talk they talk, man. And I'm just gonna kind of just shoot some questions, and we're just gonna run it from there, man. So we'll just start with you, Ricky, man. We'll just kind of give you an introduction, man, and just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Ricky McNeil, owner of HXC Gaming, also known in the gaming world as Timmy Scorcher. I've been hosting video game tournaments since the 8th grade. HXC's been running about 10 years now, and we have one of our primary events coming up called Super Bit Wars. It'll be our 7th installment, and it's honoring one of my fallen tournament organizers named Solidus. His name is Forrest Sharp. And it's gonna be dope as heck, and I'm really excited about it.
Most Def, my name's Rashard Hutchins, a member of Game Over Entertainment. We partner a lot with HXC. We just got finished with our 3rd installment of King of the Sticks, which was very successful. And we're gonna be back here in March doing it up in Dormer, Oklahoma. So for Super Bit Wars. So we're good.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Man, definitely, man. I'm excited too, man. I'm excited for y'all boys, man. Always, it's always dope to just be able to travel, man, and come to these events, man. As usual, you guys definitely bring. So I appreciate you guys, taking time out your schedules and just sitting down with your boy Coop on the Discord, man, giving me the tech while I just kind of shoot you guys some of these questions, man. Going back to you, Shar, man. I just kind of wanted to ask you guys some questions as far as. Just talk to people and kind of tell them a little bit how you guys got into like tournament organizing and things like that, man, and where it started.
I think, even before it went back, before I fell in love with the FGC, just when you were younger, I always just like moving the brackets, even if it was just the video games, a basketball tournament, it didn't matter. Just like the whole competitive aspect. I know when we gave it a name of Game Over, it was 2015, I think. MK X was just about to drop, you know what I'm saying? And we were going to come out in the game. And luckily, before we took off the way we were going to take off, my boy Ricky popped out of nowhere like smoke. Said, hey, bro, don't use them TVs. And that's the only advice he gave us. And we've been friends ever since, boy.
Yeah, I see my boy. He's about to go out here and he's about to buy a couple 42 inches. And I'm like, wait a second.
I already had him.
You already had him too? Damn.
Real hustler.
Yeah, shit.
All right, what about you, Ricky, man? Talk to us, man.
Honestly, it started real engaged, just like Rashard. I used to practice on moving NCAA brackets. I think it's all like us. It happens to all of us. But I used to run these Super Tecmo Bowl and Mortal Kombat tournaments in my garage. And one day my dad was like, hey, man, this electricity bill's getting too high. So then I started asking, my friends, like, hey, now come over. We have these tournaments. I need $1 or $2 so that way we can make it happen. I actually went overseas after graduating, and I was running tournaments overseas. And when I came back, I was like, man, you know what? I just want to, do this full time. So started running, video game tournaments back in Oklahoma, and that's when HXE was born.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, so it definitely just sounds like, man, y'all both of y'all boys just been doing y'all's groundwork ever since, man. Like I said, I kind of caught wind of it. First Mortal Kombat tournament, and man, I first got into MKX and heard about HXC and went out to Tokyo and Tulsa. I think you guys were kind of helping them out with that event, and that was like the first time I had seen Ricky, first time I ever seen setups, and it was definitely a great event, man, and I kind of just fell in love with it and been with it ever since. This next question I'm gonna kind of ask you guys, man. I just, feel free to chime in either one if you guys want to take it or whatnot. When you guys throw these tournaments for, the scene and things like that, how does turnout compare to you guys' expectations?
So I mean, I think, and what's crazy is me and Ricky talk like, how many times we talk a week? We talk at least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
We're always in each other's ear, saying what we want as far as expectations and how we're gonna get there. But the big thing with Oklahoma is we know we're starting from not ground zero, but we building, the blocks. We still on level 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, and that's why we went this past year. We ventured out a lot. We went to Tennessee, went to Houston. Trying to build a network to help bring in more players to the Oklahoma scene. I think if we just went off of what we had going on here. We're just happy that it's growing constantly. Of course, we wanted to be way bigger numbers, but you're not gonna get there overnight. We understand it's a process. That's how come every time a new TO or somebody pop up out of nowhere, put all the money behind it, and ain't got the rep to go with it, and fall on their face. We kind of chuckle a little bit, low key.
Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback off of what Rashard is saying is, a lot of times, it's weird. We kind of know what the numbers are going to be, but we get more on the negative side of things when we promoting it and the number we expected, and then we see some gamers saying, "Oh, I can't make that day," when they know it's 6 months out and
Yeah.
exactly what day it is. That's what's the frustrating part. It's like, okay, since you can't come, you should be tagging somebody or sharing this to someone, because whenever there's a new TO or someone that thinks they're a TO post up an event, I see them tagging them in those events. So it's always weird to just kind of see, try to gauge what number we're going to hit. We know what number we should hit. That's what Red Dirt Rumbles and kind of monthlies that Rashard does tells us. But, we're still looking for more, even more.
I got you, man. I mean, I completely understand. I completely feel that, man. Like you kind of said before, it's just like if you're not able to make it, I feel like, somebody in your circle on Facebook, you guys are into the same thing. You guys have mutual things in common. So, yeah, you may not be able to make it, but just by you sharing that, you may spark the interest in somebody else that knows somebody, and kind of just
Yep.
keeps it going like that.
Right.
So,
It's I don't know what the feeling is, but we put a lot of planning, a lot of promotion, a lot of backing behind it, for people who we know travel but don't want to come to their own local events. So we're still trying to look to see how to bring those guys out. Because, I mean, the majority of your interest for a regional tournament should be Oklahoma,
yeah,
Right.
right or
Yeah.
wrong.
Right.
And, sometimes it's not even like that.
Yeah, especially if you go into somewhere far and you traveling out of town for an event, and let's just be honest with each other, you're not going to win it. Versus you picking that over something that you have the actual potential to win. I don't know if it's something we got to gauge more with gamers or promotion different ways, but it's something we definitely notice. We'll get it ironed out. We got some new stuff we're gonna try this year. So
definitely, man. Always. Another question I guess I'll ask you guys as far as like, when you're doing these tournaments and how you guys were talking about the planning and the executing, man. How many people are like involved in like something like that, as far as you guys like staff and team members and things like that, kind of behind the scenes, I guess, fill people in like, like what it takes to to push pulls and like to give out those DQs to people that aren't there and just to keep things constantly running. I mean, like what kind of staff are you talking as far as that goes?
that's a good question. Let me grab that one. So let's just say for like a smaller event, a Red Dirt Rumble, it normally takes about three staff members on site, two to promote. It it's important to promote because even like right now, people are asking me, "Hey, is Red Dead Rumble this weekend?" Even though I've stated that the next one's not till the 10th, still people get their schedule messed up. So you need two more people just to promote that. So for a major like Super Bid Wars, you need about 10 to 20 people. And I know you guys don't see all those people, but it's just interchangeable of what they're doing. Then probably another 10 people just to stream like commentators and things like that. So I would say it's going to take about 20 to 30 people to actually make everything work. Now, King of the Sticks, I think we did that with what, 8 people, Rashard?
I mean, if you count streamers, people at the table, TOs. I mean, it was like,
About 20.
it,
About 20.
nah, I say 13 or 14 to be 100
You
with you.
sure? Well, we had
People
time.
who people who were just strictly staff and not playing the game.
Oh, okay.
Cause I love the people who play games and try to work too, but I don't count you.
Yeah.
Like we'll
Yeah.
try to work around your schedule. I think we're gonna move away from having players be part of like the TO staff. They could probably help behind the scenes or something else when they're not playing.
Yeah.
But just trying to get more dedicated staff because I know at events, if it's a Tulsa event, GOE event, Ricky comes in, gives me the leeway to just put out fires. Same when I go to his event, just to try to put out fires and stuff like that and let him focus on it.
Yeah, because like Super Big Wars this year, even though I'm gonna be there, I won't be TOing at all. That's what's crazy. A lot of time people think I'm running brackets, but I'm not because I'll be too busy putting out fires that a lot of people don't see, and we don't want you to see. So, but this year, Super Big War staff, we will have about 20.
My next question here, I want to kind of give you guys, man. Yeah, like I said, feel free either one of you guys to chime in. I think you guys will both kind of like this question as far as it goes. What is the hardest part about being a TO, man?
Oh, you want to go first? I don't want to take
Man,
the time.
I wouldn't know. I would say this though. I'm not gonna say it's the hardest part, but when you see new people try to get into this, like if you don't already have a passion for gaming and being competitive, don't even waste your time trying to run it. Just go enjoy the events and do it because if you're looking to make money, especially off the bat, don't do it. And I
Mhm.
wouldn't advise doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why Ricky and myself are still doing this so many years in is because we actually enjoy it and we actually have fun at the events. I would just say the hardest part or the part that let you down the most is one, just going back on one of the questions we had earlier, putting all this effort behind everything and not getting back quite what you wanted, even if you fall 10 to 15 people short. Uh, but when you look back on it, as long as the event ran successful and everybody was happy and nobody dogging you on the internet, you winning.
Yeah.
So most of
For me, I'll say the hardest thing about being a TO, it's two sides, two parts of my
oh, that family coming out.
the two
I
parts.
feel it.
Uh, the first part is people don't read. They will not
Mm,
read. I will post something and it will have everything you need to know, and people refuse to read. That's just that's difficult. That's why
yeah,
you see us doing videos now. Like you did
don't
this
have to read the
nice
video.
video for us last year that helped us gain our entrance for Super Bit Wars, and it worked this year for King of the Sticks. So videos work more than the rules. And that part, then here's the next part is just to me is the most difficult part about being a TO is
Talk to him, man.
companies want you to do help them do things for free.
Bruh, you hitting some heads. Wait a minute.
I and I don't again like Rashard said, there's not a lot of money into the industry is profitable, but it's not profitable. And I know that sounds like a gray area. Just like if you want a company like Game Over, HXC, or TOs to help you, it costs money to just take a day away from us. And then a lot of times people get mad when they say, "Hey, I reached out to you," and I'm like, "Yeah, you just took a Saturday away from my family." You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
that's difficult to tell people. Like, I don't mind helping you, but it's gonna cost you because you never know. Like even Smash Ultimate coming up, a lot of people been hitting me up about Smash Ultimate, and I don't even do a lot of Smash events. And I'm telling them the December 15th is a no go zone. You cannot touch that day. That day, all the Smash guys got their plans set up, and I'm no assistance to you. So those are the toughest things about being TO is just people don't want to read, people don't want to pay you for your services, and then last but not least, what was I saying? What was the other one?
Doing stuff for free, bro,
Doing stuff for
basically.
free.
And
The
I want to piggyback on that one, like doing stuff for free and getting away from the family and the kids. Like we have to justify that, with the wives or baby moms sometimes, because they go ask, like, you spend this whole Saturday. Weren't you doing something last week? Are you being paid? Like, we got to answer these hard questions, and if it's something we really want to do, we got to finagle it a little bit. But I think going forward, especially this year, anything if they're not giving back to not to us per se, but if they're not giving back to the community,
Yeah.
or it's nothing positive going on for us going forward, or something that we can mutually serve each other, then we're probably gonna have to turn it down.
when it comes to those Red Dirt Rumbles, the Rock the Dragons and stuff like that, we love doing those. That's back to our passion again, and we get something out of that because what that does is it helps new people come in. So I would say that's another thing that's hard is the new people. Like let's say for example, you got a brand new gamer in the scene and he's saying, "Oh, I love Tekken. I want to get into Tekken." That is extremely hard to have them understand. Okay, you live in Tulsa. Okay, these are the dates that you need to pay attention to. This is the location you will be playing primarily at. Oh, you're in OKC? Okay, you have to go to Red Dirt Rumble. If you don't go to Red Dirt Rumble, you're not going to get better. That's another. Am I right, Rashard? There's so many times we find these new people, and they refuse to follow the process that they get left in the dust, and we never see them.
Especially if they get bopped that first time.
Ooh.
And they tend to do so. But that's why I love the FGC because the majority of people who get bopped come back and want to figure out why they got bopped. In comparison to like sports gamers.
Okay.
I think when we try to do some Madden tournaments coming out the gates, like when those people got smashed, they were done.
Never done. They won't
So,
never
but
play
that's
again.
why respect the FGC. That's why I grown a passion to love it. Like before 2015, I really didn't know what the FGC was. So, now it's hot off the block.
You guys are hoping for these events, like to take place that are going on, like Bit Wars and King of the
Mhm.
Sticks. What are you guys hoping to gain from these events, and your kind of the goals that you have in mind for like in the future as far as HXC and Game Over Entertainment?
Well, I know. Well, this is where I want bit. We're so close to having major numbers. I want to be considered that major. I want it to be like I don't even damn about the money. The money comes. The main thing is I want it to be so respectable that people mention it. Like I've seen it happen now. I had a couple things happen where I seen on Twitter a couple pros say, "Hey, I won Super Bit Wars." That's what I want. I want someone like Sonic Fox to say, I won Super Big Wars Dragon Ball. So that's my main thing. I want it to be nationally known to where people respect us, just like the way, like a Texas Showdown or Salute Battle or Kumite in Tennessee, because we're like right on par with those same numbers. And like, say for example, our Smash numbers is more than a lot of those tournament
Yeah.
organizers.
Even Texas, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like we're right there. We want that same respect because once we get there, we can pull even more people. Like this year, we got Louisiana coming out
Yeah.
with Super Big Wars, so that's gonna be dope. That's an extra 10 to 20 people, just helping our bracket numbers. So that's where I want. I want to be considered a major.
Yeah.
So Coop, before I answer this, I just want you to see the process. Like when you first got in the scene, like we were throwing like bigger events every 3 months, once a quarter, and like secretly we just pulled back and scaled back so we could put more into King of the Sticks and Super Bit Wars. You know, Ricky and them holding down the spring, us holding down the fall. Uh, where I want to see it just consistent numbers, 400 or 500 plus. Not even asking for a lot, being that major slash regional that people look forward to coming. Want more people to traveling. I kind of want the city to get behind us.
Yeah.
The hotels and stuff fighting over bids and more sponsors coming out and just making it into like I know we're doing 1 day events now, but a nice little 2 day, 3 day convention outside of gaming and just kind of build on that. Kind of what Evo turned into, just a smaller version of that. Because I think the convention part of Evo is just about as big as the tournament part now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get bopped 02, you still got plenty to do. And that's what I'm trying to bring to Oklahoma. Get dig?
Yeah. Definitely dropping the knowledge as far as the TOs, and it seems like you guys definitely had the trials and the tribulations, and and worked and thought about this, man, and like continue, after all these years, man, still pushing it and still keeping it going for these cats out here, man. And like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for it. Do you guys have any advice for like any up and coming TOs? I know you guys kind of see like these small places that really don't want to pay homage. And I guess we, kind of spoke about that earlier. But, if you just had anybody that was just fresh out, and where it had a passion for games, but didn't know kind of where to start and wanted, to be a tournament organizer, what advice would you give them?
I mean, I'm going to go first, Rick. Got this.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
So I'm going to say this like, come in and just be humble. You don't got to pay homage. I'm gonna go back. Like when Ricky reached out to me, I didn't say, man, I know how to run events. I'm not gonna listen to you. I took that. I was like, man, I appreciate it, man. Good looking. And we went out and spent like $400 the next day getting those special ones. So to a new TO, somebody aspiring, especially if you're in Oklahoma, come to our events, reach out to us, be on staff for our events, run with us, get in the trenches, learn how to build it from the ground up. I think a lot of people want to come out of nowhere and just take the baton and run with it. But what y'all don't know is a lot of players, when something come out the blue, even if it's a convention, Ricky, Rashard, is this legit? Are they paying out? You know what I'm saying? They come fact check through us first. So why not come through us? You know, uh, we can we can help you vet out a date. I mean, uh, everything we get you right in the spot because we know everything that's going on gaming, major that's gaming in Oklahoma, outside of FGC or whatever. So just reach out. Ask questions. Can't ask too many questions. We're gonna have to charge you, but we're gonna get you set up for free 99 on that starter package. I'm not gonna deny any help. But be real with me. Be like, hey, I want to start throwing my own events. Can I come to yours? Kind of, take me under the wing, show me what's going on. Of course, you can. You help me out that way. You scratching my back, I scratch yours. You gonna get that free knowledge actually through working.
Yeah.
Uh, but the number one thing is I'm gonna tell everybody starting out there, money don't fix your problem.
No. Yeah, and just to kind of piggybacking off of what Rashard is saying is, don't think money. If you're coming up, and you want to throw tournaments. First thing you want to do is don't throw money at it. Don't matter how much money it is, don't throw money at it. And you should definitely reach out to us. And we got resources. Even if you don't use HXE Game Over Entertainment, we know a lot of TOs. We know a lot of people. And I would say the first thing you need to do is your research, because if you do your research, you'll know what's going on in the region. And gamers do what I've noticed too. Gamers are starting to do. They say, "Hey, Ricky, does this company pay out?" I tell you what, I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna go and watch, and I'm gonna see how they operate. So sometimes you're burning gamers to where they don't even want to play in your event. They're gonna just see how you operate. I've seen that happen now, and so you definitely want to just do your research, see what's available. Don't look at the first event as, oh, this is a money opportunity. We're gonna make this much money, because boy,
You're right. I mean, we not stupid. We know when organizations come like straight bite us. Don't even ask us for helping us. Straight bite us, like us, follow us, everything except for reach out and be
yeah,
like, come to
propaganda.
me. I mean, Smash GG, same format to the each dash. I mean, we to the miss dash, boy. You know what I'm saying? The same lingos, the same color scheme. That ain't gonna get you right, baby. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the network. I think that's the biggest thing that I had to learn is you had to get some kind of name behind you, before people to follow you, for people to believe in you.
As far as that goes, man, I mean, like, that's pretty much it, man. That's just a few questions I just wanted to ask you guys, man. You guys got any final thoughts or anything you want to say as far as the interview goes, man, and
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
just to
You
talk,
go. You
man.
got it first, Rashard. You got
Got to make sure my background nice and clear. You know what I'm saying?
it.
Appreciate you for having us out. I know here soon we filmed the first one, never got released, but the TO show go come. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's gonna be full featured with I keep forgetting the name. Help me.
Netcode Jiu-Jitsu.
Netcode Jiu-Jitsu.
Neko
How we
Jiu-Jitsu.
come up with the name? So basically, that's gonna be a platform for us to do mini tournaments and for people to call out, especially when we get this ranking system up and going. We got that big gap between Law and Oklahoma City and Tulsa players being able to play each other. Still know it's not land, but it's gonna be the closest thing to where we get matchups we normally can't see.
Yeah.
But that'll be a platform to call people out, and for us to put a production behind it. And that's it, grinding on that, getting ready for Super Bit Wars. You know what I'm saying? Looking
Yep.
forward to it.
Yep. And on our end, yeah, we are going to be using Smash GG more. The reason why is just because, kind of like for our conversation earlier, is just whenever these new guys come out, I want to make sure that get them dialed in, hooked up. we can send them out surveys after they leave. Because before we was using Solange and we were losing people because we didn't know who the heck they were. They would come, play, lose, leave. This time, if they lose, I'm gonna send them an email, let them know opportunities and things they could do. Just also want to tell everybody, make sure for right now, we're at 18 entrants into Super Bit War. By the time we get to 50, we're gonna close out that early bird registration. You knock off $5 off your registration because our venue fees are a little more expensive this year due to the security issues that happened at that Madden tournament, and to make sure everybody's safe and I
No
want to make
stuff.
sure everybody's comfortable. Got to pay a little bit more for money for security.
Yeah, dude.
And then last but not least, rankings. We are working on a backdoor rankings. I'm just waiting for Smash GG already approved them. You're gonna see it. I guess gotta run it by Rashard, kind of show some of our consultants, some of our contractors like Puyan, and we're gonna implement a better ranking system. It's still gonna be me and Rashard voting, but we're gonna have numbers behind them. We're gonna also have like some. I don't want to spill too many beans about it, but just it's gonna be more of a reason to be going to Red Rumbles, going to monthly things like that. So
Right.
the code to get your discount on Super Bit Wars right now is Solidus. SOLIDUS. If you use that code right now, you
Just
get your
like that.
discount. If I was you, I would register right now while it's cheap because once we get to 50 people, we take it away. And it'll be up to $15.
Yeah, man.
My
And
goodness.
you know what I'm saying? Just to top on that, man, I'll go ahead and drop that in the link in the description below in this video. So if you guys are watching this interview right now, you got a chance right now to go on and get that, man. So go ahead and do that, man. Just save you some money.
Thanks for. I do appreciate you having us on.
Oh, always, man, always, man. And just where can everybody find you guys at, man? I mean, let them know, man. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, wherever, man. Just talk y'all shit, man.
So HXC Gaming Events. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook that way. We do have a website. Website is just for information only, hxcgaming.com. And you can follow us. You do want to follow us because even on Game Over Entertainment's channel, that's where we leak all the free stuff. Like whenever we get something free or codes, we leak it out on social media. We don't tell people. We leak it out. That's where you want to grab it.
Game Over HCTV on everything, baby.
Yeah.
Except for I think we just got an Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old for all of that.
You follow. You got an Instagram. Follow this.
Yeah, enforce it, set it up. But more so Twitch, Facebook, and then trying to get that YouTube off and running. But we're gonna have plenty of content, giveaways, updates. That's where it's gonna be at to find us.
Netcode Jiu-Jitsu will be dope because we're gonna be having these 8-man brackets and 4-man pools. So definitely want to follow for that. Make sure y'all could take turns sharing your Prime between HXC and Game Over Entertainment's Twitch channel. You take that Amazon Prime. You gift it to us.
Oh,
right, because your favorite streamer already making bank. Community.
Every dime, I'm gonna tell y'all guys, every dime that we get, we always put it back towards prize pool. So all you're doing is putting that money back in your pocket. So you got a decision to make. All the shirts, the OKFGC shirts we sold, all went to bonus pots. I just kept dropping them in the bonus pots. So just support the scene.
And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. So, episode 2, TO show coming soon. What was that y'all called? The 8-man brackets, man. It's the
Netcode Jiu-Jitsu.
That Netcode Jiu-Jitsu. Netcode Jiu-Jitsu coming soon, man. It sounds lit, bro. So
it will be lit. It will be lit. It's gonna be perfect for those guys that feel like they're not good enough to. You call people out.
Call them out.
You can get it. We gonna get it popping, So
okay.
Hey, all I gotta say is boomer sooner. Boomer sooner.
Yeah, man. All right, it's on, man. It's your boy Koopa G, man. My man Ricky, my man Rashard, and we're signing out. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.